Valentine's Day comes round once a year. Our thoughts turn to love as the day it draws near, when sweethearts and darlings and husbands and wives spread love and devotion for the rest of their lives. Day turns to evening, soon nighttime does fall. Young people prepare for the Valentine's ball. As the night rings with laughter, some people still mourn 48 children who never came home. Have we forgotten the suffering and pain, survivors and victims of the fire in our Tain? Mothers and fathers forever will mourn 48 children who never came home. Down to the stardust they all made their way. The bouncers stood back as they lined up to pay. Records are spinning, there's dancing as well. Just how the fire started, sure no one can tell. Matter of seconds, confusion did reign. The room was in darkness, fire exits were chained. The firefighters wept, they could not hide anger and sorrow for those left inside. Have we forgotten the suffering and pain, survivors and victims of the fire of our Tain? Mothers and fathers forever will mourn 48 children who never came home. All around the city the bad news it spread. Fire in the stardust, there's 48 dead. Hundreds of children all injured and maimed, and all because the fire exits were chained. Our leaders were shocked, grim statements were made, shed a tear in the graveyard while the bodies were laid. Victims have waited in vain for 4 years. Seems like our leaders shed crocodile tears. Have we forgotten the suffering and pain, survivors and victims of the fire of our Tain? Mothers and fathers forever will mourn 48 children who never came home. $500,000 was spent on solicitors' fees, a fortune to the owner and his family. It's hard to believe that not one penny came to working class people who suffered the pain. Day turns to weeks, weeks turn to years. Our law favors the rich, or so it appears. A woman still waits for her lads to come home. Justice breeds anger, and that's what's been done. Have we forgotten the suffering and pain, survivors and the victims of the fire of our Tain? Mothers and fathers forever will mourn 48 children who never